right, I'm going to say Lance picked Tampa and the over. So he did exactly the opposite of what I did, and that's what I really love. You know what we're going to do now, guys? We're going to flip our attention to the game that really everybody's been talking about. The two young quarterbacks, the two gunslingers going at each other. We've got Patrick Mahomes against Josh Allen. You got Kansas City, who's going to their third AFC championship game in a row, against Buffalo, who hasn't been to an AFC championship game since I was 7. I mean, this is an amazing, amazing matchup of two young studs. Lance, you with me? Lance is still frozen. That's awesome. Of two young studs who are going to go at each other this weekend. Now, the line is 2.5. Kansas City minus 2.5. And the over-under right now is 56, which means people think this is going to be a huge scoring game. They think this is going to be one of those crazy, crazy games. Let me tell you something. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. He really is. Josh Allen is becoming a great quarterback. But there's a factor that a lot of people are not taking into account here that needs to be discussed. Patrick Mahomes is coming off a really bad injury. I mean, not even like a small injury, guys. This is a huge injury for Patrick. They're calling it a concussion. They're saying he's in the concussion protocol, which I don't understand because everything I read led me to believe that it was a pinched nerve in his neck, and which makes sense when you saw the hit. When Patrick Mahomes got hit on that play, he kind of got down. It was almost like a WWE style wrestling move where he got like yanked by the neck. And he got up, and I was like, wow, it didn't even look like his head hit the ground or anything. If it's a pinched nerve in his neck, Mahomes will be thinking about that the entire time he's out there. It's impossible not to. I had a horrific knee injury whenever I was younger. Tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL. For the next 5 years, every time I did something, I thought my knee was going to pop. There's a moment that you got to get over, and I'm not sure how Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to do that. Lance, you with me?
Yes, sir, I'm here. So maybe another ghost of Kobe Bryant happening.
I love it. You're back. That's all that matters. Talking about Kansas City, talking about Buffalo. What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
Yeah, sir. I just heard the back end of your explanation of your theory, and you're right. The biggest question coming into this game is Patrick Mahomes' health. It's not just enough that he clears all 5 steps of the concussion protocol, but how game ready is he coming into this game? Because you can be cleared for all you want, but the mental aspect of that injury can still haunt you over and over again, especially when that Buffalo front 4 gets through the Kansas City O-line. So will he be scared? Will he scramble? Will he pull the trigger? So those are the questions that might be lingering in his mind coming into this game, because it's not good what we've seen with his injury. He was dizzy, he was dazed and confused, and it looked like more than just a concussion. It was really a nerve damage or a nerve infraction or something that it's more than just, it takes more than just, I believe it takes more than just a week to heal from, or to regenerate your energy from. So when that happens, if Mahomes won't play at par, then they will be at a disadvantage because it will be Chad Henne again. Even though Chad Henne is a 13-year veteran and he did pull off some Henne magic during the divisional with that run against Cleveland, would you bet on him leading the Kansas City Chiefs for more than one sequence? So the odds are not stacked are not stacked to Kansas City's favor. So Patrick Mahomes will be the biggest concern coming into this game. If he plays, and if he plays well, then it would be a close contest against Buffalo. If it doesn't, or is pulled out of the game because of bad performance, then Buffalo will be entering their 5th Super Bowl in franchise history.
Listen, to be clear, I believe that if Patrick Mahomes plays, if he's 100%, they're going to beat Buffalo because they're a better team than Buffalo. And it's not about him being a better quarterback than Josh Allen. They're a better team than Buffalo. They have a better defense than Buffalo. They have a better secondary than Buffalo. They have a pass rush. They have a running game. You know, Buffalo is basically right now Josh Allen and his wide receivers. That's their entire team. That's what they do, and it's worked for them. But they're a one-dimensional team, and I think that they can be locked down and figured out. If they can get to Allen and if they can lock down these receivers, they won't be able to keep up with the amount of the output that Kansas City can put out against that Bills defense. So this could be one of those games where you're like, this is only 2.5 point spread. This might be a tight game. It might be a blowout, but I gotta wonder what Mahomes' situation is going to be. I gotta wonder how he's going to feel mentally, even if he's cleared 100%. How he's going to feel mentally, how it's going to affect him. He always comes off like that gunslinger mentality, but you just don't know how it's going to affect him. I believe you got cut off earlier. I'll tell you what the line is. The line's 2.5 right now. It's Kansas City minus 2.5. The over-under is 56. What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
I believe it will be under 56, and the plus minus 2.5 is based on the fact that Mahomes isn't yet cleared to play. But once there's an official announcement that he will be cleared to play, I see that line going to like 7.5, because in all aspects of the game, the Kansas City Chiefs does have an advantage. But let's not forget the fact that in all of the losses, or in some of the games that Kansas City played in the regular season, the teams that they struggled with the most in terms of lead advantage are the ones who are playoff bound or had a winning record. They only defeated those teams by a margin of an average of 7 points. So that's just one touchdown. So they struggled against teams with a better record in the regular season, though they only lost once. But it shows how can they struggle against better teams, especially with the Buffalo Bills.
Look, I know I'm contradicting myself here. All season long, and I've taken a tremendous amount of grief from this from Chiefs fans. I mean, I've had hate mail from Chiefs fans. But the reality of it is that I don't think Kansas City's that good. I don't think they've played that well. Let me rephrase that. I think they're a very good team. I think they've got a tremendous amount of talent. They probably have more talent on offense than anybody in the AFC. And I count Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy in that talent of offense type of conversation. But they have not played well. They've been a very inconsistent team. And the Bills have been very consistent, especially leading into the playoffs here. So I don't know, man. This is crazy to me. You know, this is the first time that in the history of the NFL that we have all four quarterbacks are coming in on 6-game winning streaks or better into the championship games. So I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to see here. I don't know what's going to happen, but there are a lot of scenarios. If you had to put me on the spot right now and I had to pick a game right now and I had to pick a winner, I would say it's going to be the Chiefs, and it's still going to be under. So under 56, the Chiefs, if it's 2.5, I'll take that all day long. And that's where I'm going to stay right now. I'm crushing it throughout the playoffs. My record's better than you, but today you got an opportunity to overtake me a little bit and try to win. I wish you luck, buddy. I wish you all the luck in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who have been watching the show, we do come to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you're watching us on YouTube or you're watching us on Facebook, click follow, click like, click subscribe, click one of those buttons so you're always notified when we do go live and when we post a new video. My name is John Todora, and with me today are the sports nerd, Mr. Lance Fernandez. Lance, wave goodbye to everybody.
Ciao. It will be an interesting and happy championship weekend for all of us.
100%. Go over and check us out at our website, which is whatsonsports.com. By the way, next week, big news coming up when we tell you more information about the $2 Club. Touchdown!